I am off to the Royal Mail office. Just let all these, there's nothing coming past. So I'm going to drop off some parcels and then head off and see what I can find today. Going on a bit of a book hunt. Thank you, sir. So yeah, I usually go to a good spot on a Sunday, but I didn't do that yesterday. It was Mother's Day, so I took my mammy and my big sister out for lunch. So I'm going to do it this morning instead. I get a chance to go in and pick up all the stuff that is, well, I get to go in and look through all the stuff that's basically getting chucked. So all the stuff that they can't get sold in the week, they get so many donations in that a whole load of it goes to the ragman. So once a week they're okay with me popping in, digging through the ragman stuff, and if there's anything there that I want, obviously I can buy it and I pay the retail price for it. It's not like I'm going in and taking all the good stuff out of the charity shop before anyone else gets to see it. This is all stuff that the ragman will be picking up on a Tuesday, so if they can get retail for it instead of the ridiculous little prices that it goes to him, they're happy for me to do that. So sometimes I find 100 books, sometimes I find 300 books, so we'll be popping in there to see what there is. After that I may or may not head down to Ayr. I'm always wary about going down here because it's like 20 miles down the road, so it's nearly 40-mile round trip to go down and do it, which means you need to find something to make it worthwhile time wise and fuel cost wise. So fingers crossed that if I do go down there I get what I need. There's only a couple of shops that are actually worth going into. A lot of the stores down there, it's a wee bit of a nice touristy town, so a lot of places price up. So yeah, I want to make sure it's worth my while. I didn't go down there for ages, and in the last few weeks I've been down 2 or 3 times, and it's been worthwhile every time, so we'll just see how that goes. Although I do need to remember, one of the shops I go into is cash only, and there's no cash machines nearby, so I'll need to make sure I pick up some pennies before I head to that point. Anyway, like I said, right now I am heading to Royal Mail to drop off the weekend's parcels, so I suppose I should show you what it is I'm dropping off. Another copy of Peter Hops Abroad for £3.99. Turns out it's only about £1.50 to get that posted, so that's actually not too bad at all. And that's me now got 6 left of the 8 that I picked up. Next, we've got, it's here somewhere, there we go, Archangel, Anthony Horowitz, I think it's 2005, the nice gold cover there. So don't sell these very often at all, but I had a couple of Anthony Horowitz sales in the last few days, so I'm hoping that listing has now gathered a bit of momentum and they will keep selling. But £5.84 for that, so ain't a lot of money, but hopefully those sales are going. Quite a few authors that I don't sell a lot of today. The next one is Kate Atkinson. So we've got Big Sky, Transcription, A God in Ruins, and Life After Life. She wrote some sort of thriller series that got turned into TV. I think John Sims was in it, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, we got 4 of them out the door for £12.54. Right, next, an author we do sell an awful lot of. Now this is one of the listings that I had changed around to be like £1.85 a book plus postage, but no deals on it. So it works out the same price if people buy 5 books as if they were buying them buy 3 get 2 free, but that listing had just stopped dead. So I put the prices back up to £3 a book, stuck the coupon back on, buy 3 get 2 free, and they've started selling again. So it's exactly the same price, but for some reason they sell better on their own. Now, I picked up 5 of these, and I only seem to have, oh no, there it is there. One was a hardcover, I forgot. So we've got it's a wee hardcover, Calico Joe, and then a wee stack of paperbacks. The Boys from Biloxi, that's the US edition. And then we've got ye olde copy of The Client, King of Torts, and The Testament. So that's the John Grisham sales going again, and the 5 of those went for $13.99. So like I say, that's actually a wee bit more than what it would have been if it was £1, maybe £1.95 I had them down to. So it would have been 5 books at £1.95 plus £3.99 postage. So it would have been a wee bit less than $13.99 if bought over the, using the previous deal. But they seem to sell better there. Also, that's a repeat buyer, so Hannah, if you're watching, thank you very much for your support. I say the deal works out the same. It just seems more popular when there's a coupon attached to it rather than it just being a straightforward deal. So yeah, $13.99 for those 5 Grishies. And next we've got Lemony Snicket. So I found these as a complete set, actually not these ones, but the series of unfortunate events. I found that as a complete set once and it sold really well. I do pick up Lemony Snicket books when I see them, and at some point, if I end up with a complete set in the shelf, whether it's All the Wrong Questions or whatever else it might be, I will pull them together into a set and sell them as that, take down the individual listings, put them up as a set. But whilst the individual books come in, I just get them listed because they do sell with a reasonable regularity, and that went for £6.84. Next, not got a lot of sales this morning, but this is what they are. Another author that I haven't sold many of at all, but every now and again you get a wee bit of traction, and it is Louise Penny. So we've got The Brutal Telling, The Madness of Crowds, from the award-winning creator of 3 Pines, and Still Life. So I'm assuming these are some sorts of thrillers. A Chief Inspector Gamache mystery, Chief Inspector Gamache, Chief Inspector Gamache, Gamage. I don't know how you say it, but that's what they are. £9.69. Those 3 sold for. Very nice. Next, a Clive Cussler on its own. Don't sell Clive Cussler books individually very often. I just picked this up the other day. Nice big paperback edition. I think it's a US edition. Yeah. And it's a first edition paperback from the year 2000. I haven't been at the year 3000, but blue gold, Clive Cussler, large US paperback, £7.49. So not bad. The wee single books today have been quite good, including this one. One of the Warhammer books. So nice wee Warhammer paper book, in good condition. Got a wee bit of bruising at the bottom of the spine, but otherwise it's in good nick. Obviously all conditions are shown in the listing, and that sold for £30 all by itself. So another nice individual book sale, which takes our total sales for those 8 to a whopping, a massive £90. A third to eBay, a third in postage, and a third in profit back into business for me to go out today and buy even more books. Right, that's the post dropped off. Super quick as usual. Now we just need to head down to stop 1 of the day. Now, they're very good to me in this place, so I am not going to be filming in their store. Well, actually that's a fib. I might see if I can grab a wee bit. And I always browse their normal bookshelves as well, obviously. No point going into somewhere and not doing that. So I'll maybe show you the kind of selection they've got in their normal spot. But after that, we'll maybe need to wait until we can get to air, if we go to air. Just have to wait and see what comes of the day. Well, we didn't do any filming in there. fact, I've been to a couple of wee shops just up the town. I've popped into them as well. Grabbed a few wee bread and bars, nothing spectacular. Although I did go into the Sally Army, which is overpriced. I don't buy books in there to sell, well, not very often, that's for sure. But it's always worth having a look, because you never know what you'll pick up for your own collection. And today I found 2 first edition Stephen Kings. Not old books, you know, pretty new ones. We've got, I think, If It Bleeds and Billy Summers. I don't think I've got them sat on the shelf at first print. I'll find out when I get home. I can double check. So, a couple of quid each. So if I've got them, I'll get my money back on them. And if I haven't, then I've added to that shelf. But my first pick up there, I found something I'm quite excited about, I'll be honest. Might not be worth a whole load of money, but it's either a really sweet addition to my collection, or I might sell it and take the money for now. The sales haven't been great the last few days. Anything that's going to boost them up, I kind of need to do. So right now, I'm just going to head up the road, sort this lot out, and then see if I've got time to pop out and down to eat. Okay, so what was I getting so excited about when I was out picking up those books? Well, I'm going to tell you in a wee second, but first, one more sale's come through that'll need to go out today, so I'll show you it now. Jeremy Clarkson, Diddley Squat, A Year on the Farm. So that's the first. I think he's got 3 of these out now, but that was the first one, and that went for £8.24. So I'll get that in the post today and get it sent off to Mark. So yeah, I'll need to get that one packed up, and I'll go and stick it in the post box. Right, pick up today. So I got about 150 books, there or thereabouts. Included a nice Mr. Main box set for a couple of quid, which is good because that always goes for about £20 and they sell quite quickly. And this one, I was a wee bit excited about this just because it looked a bit special. La Chaîne de Mont Blanc, Editions Alpina, Paris. I saw that, and I see things like that and I always have a quick nosy at them. And on the inside it's got To Mummy with Love from Duncan, 14th of September 1928, so that gave me an idea that it's a wee bit old. There's a second dedication in it which I think is 1998, but the 1928 one gave me an idea that there was definitely a bit of age about this. I believe from the research I've done it's actually 1924 that this was first published. Now I don't know, is this a first edition? Is it a whatever edition? But it's in French, so I don't really speak much in the way of French. Oui, non, merci. I was about to do some Spanish there, which would have got confused. What have we got here? Tu droit de reproduction et de traduction reserves, copyright by Alpina, Paris, 1928. So it is 1928, not 1924. And having a wee look, there's not much in the way on eBay, so I had to dig deeper and get into the whole Google thing. And it's got 10, I believe 10 like lithographic plates on the inside. There's a little bit of minor foxing on some of the pages, but overall it's actually in really good condition. The outside cover is a bit bashed, which, considering it's nearly 100 years old, I suppose is to be expected. I thought the spine was knackered, but that's actually the original binding. It's just gone a bit thin, and it looks like this could sell anywhere from 80 up to a couple of £100. So yeah, I was a wee bit, oh, that looks interesting. So I'm going to get that listed up, decide how to list it, and see where it goes. But that was really nice. That's the kind of thing. Keep your eyes open. It was at the bottom of a bucket, bottom of a bin. Nobody seemed interested in it, and I found it and stuck it in my bag. So I'll do a wee bit more research, put it on for a proper price, and see how it sells. So I was a wee bit excited when I saw that. I thought, oh, that could be fun. Let's sit it somewhere safe. But the things that really got me going was I got a wee stack of Terry Pratchett, and the first one is the Discworld map. So it appears to be complete. I haven't opened it all the way up yet to see what it actually looks like. I'm guessing it's kind of cartoonish. Yeah, I'm not going to open it all the way up because I'm not sure it's ever been opened. Doesn't sell for big money, you know, a few quid, but I can add that to my Terry Pratchett listing anyway and keep that bulked up. So that was nice. Just another wee paperback, Hatful of Sky. I think I got a copy of that the other day, so that will get added into that one. And then 4 hardcovers, 4 Terry Smith hardcovers. So we managed to find Winter Smith. Now I don't think this is a first edition. I don't think it, no, sixth print. But for now, I don't have it on my shelf, so I'm going to add it up there for the moment. And then when I find a more current edition, I'll swap it out. Then we also found Making Money. So these are all quite or newer Discworld books. I mean, they're still, when did Making Money come out? Boo, 2007. So it's not new. I mean, Terry Pratchett died a few years ago. 3rd print for that one. So again, I don't have that on the shelf at the moment. I had it in the past in a first edition and I punted it, but now I'm going to add them back up. So another one to add to the shelf, and there's no room on that shelf just now, so I'll need to reorganise them. So that's 2 added to the collection. And then I Shall Wear Midnight. I don't think I've got that one there yet either. No. I had this in paperback. I don't think I had this in hardcover originally. And this is a first print, so it's a definite. And it's also still got the limited edition print, and you can see that attached inside the back cover. So another one for the collection. So that was a really good wee haul. Picking up a few of those. Added 3 to the collection there, as well as I did pick up Billy Summers and If It Bleeds first edition hardcovers. I've already got Billy Summers sat there. I thought I did, but I grabbed it anyway. So I got a copy of If It Bleeds, and it is very much a first print, first edition. I've not actually read this collection, 2020. So this, again, it's pretty new, so it's not exactly a super special find, but it's adding to that Stephen King collection that I've got going there. And I paid a couple of quid for that, so that was bought for the collection. Also, what's just arrived, now keep this a secret because this is a birthday present for somebody very soon, but I was browsing. They'd been going on about the new Planet of the Apes movie that came out, and then when I was going through, I saw this on eBay. So it's the Folio Society. It's a second print, it's not a first, but it is a second printing. Pierre Boulle, I don't know, Planet of the Apes. So a nice wee copy of that. So I thought, I'm going to get them that for their birthday. They will probably never read it, but it's not a cheap book, and kind of an investment, shall we say. So it's a 2021 second edition. I don't know, I'll maybe read it myself at some point. We'll probably just find a paperback to read and get that there. So I thought that's a nice book to show. You know, if you can find that one in the wild, you can get £35 to £50 for it, so it's quite nice. I paid the bottom end of that just to get it for their birthday. And I was sure that because I did that, I would walk into the shop and it would be somewhere for a couple of quid, which of course I would have bought anyway, and sold whichever was the right condition one back and used the other one as the gift. But that didn't happen. It is what it is. So we're going to look at it and go, oh, what's that? But I don't really care. This was a memento. I don't know what you'd describe it as. I know they're not going to read it anytime soon. Maybe they'll read it after I'm dead. Who knows? But that's a wee birthday present, so I'm keeping that on the shelf up there where nobody will notice it, because nobody is interested in my books. Yay. Last thing, this is the one that I was truly excited about. So I was picking up the Terry Pratchett book, so another copy of The Truth. I think this is a first edition. Yes, first print, first edition, but Can you see that? Signed by Mr. Pratchett himself. And I knew that was going to be the case because it said signed copy in the front. So I used to have a couple of signed Pratchetts, but they were dedicated, you know, ones my dad used to get me them every year for my Christmas, and he'd queued up a couple of times to get Sir Terry to sign a copy for me. They've vanished into the ether over the years, but I have now found a signed copy of The Truth. So this could go in the collection, and it would be a very nice addition, but I still need to make some money, and I think I could get maybe 100 quid for that and sell it quite quickly. So I am tempted to list it, get some money back, and then once I'm wealthy I can start collecting proper Terry Pratchett signed editions. I don't know, I can't decide what to do. I'd really like to keep it, but at the same time that would be a nice wee additional bit of income to keep the wolves from the door. So yeah, that's the one that I was truly excited about when I saw it, and it was sitting out on the shelf, just sat there, 3 for £1, grab it, stick it in the bag, pay for it and get out before somebody realises what is going on. But yeah, really delighted to have found that. It's not the best Terry Pratchett book, all these books were good, but still, I've got a Terry Pratchett side book. I found it in the wild, which is phenomenal in itself. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you from my little pickups. It wasn't a bad day for pickups. I got quite a few books for my bread and butter listings, but a lot of just 1s and 2s. No real big piles. I picked up, I think, about 7 Bernard Cornwell books that will be quick and easy to list, but everything else was just in 1s and 2s. So I also picked up a big stack of Beano annuals, not vintage or anything, quite recent ones, but I think there's a good run in them in there, so I'm going to see what they go for as a bundle. Might be worth selling. And a few other antique books which are worth 6, 10, 20 pounds. So I'm going to go do a wee bit more research on them and get them listed up. They can be quite good money on those books, but they can take a long time to sell, and it takes a lot more effort to list them than just, you know, scanning a barcode, updating a description and pinging it on there. You really do need to do a good bit of research and work out exactly what you've got. And when it's something that sells for a tenner, it kind of sometimes feels like it's not worth spending half an hour looking the thing up, but I kind of enjoy it, so if I've got time I'll do that and run through it. Also picked up a big stack of maybe 40 or 50 like women's fiction books, so authors that I haven't picked up before. I think there's a few in there where I'll be able to get a set of 5 or 6 out of them, and then I'll maybe bundle up the rest on their own and see where they go. But those have been selling really well for me. You know, the authors that I do have, you know, Billy Court, Katie Flynn, Katie Ford, Jenny Colgan, blah blah. It's a long list. So I thought, right, let's just. Somebody had obviously donated a whole load in one go. They were all in good condition, good to very good condition. So I just took a lot, and we'll see what we can do with them. It might be fun, maybe a complete waste of my time, but there's only one way to find out, really, isn't there? Yeah, let's just do it and see what comes of it. Okay, that's all for now. So I'll be finishing up here today. I've been talking about heading back out to another pickup this afternoon. It's 12:30 now. I've got a few things to do. I think I'll probably just leave it till tomorrow and go out and do it at that point. So for now, see ya, love you, bye.